I'm actually going to introduce you to an author right now. She is one of my favorites in the field of erotic fiction, I guess is the way we would say it. So, ladies and gentlemen, give her all the love and support you've been showing to our comedians so far. She's coming to the stage right now. It's the wonderful Miss Pamela DeMenthe, everybody!
Thank you very much. That was really unexpected, so thank you for that. Yes, I am Pamela DeMenthe, which I'm sure you're all aware of, and I am an erotic fiction author. I've been doing it for just over a year, and what a year it has been. I've written 28 novels already so far. I began with my seminal novel, which was Sticky Digits. Sticky Digits really was for me what War and Peace was for Dickens. A tremendous moment in my career. But now I come with my next scorcher. It's a prehistoric erotica called Evolvolution. And I will be reading a little excerpt from Evolvolution in just a moment, but I just thought I'd share a little story with you before I do, if that's okay. It's a funny story. I was having lunch the other day with E.L. James, and she turned to me and she said, Pam, what's the secret to your success? And I said, well, I'm glad you asked, E. Really, it comes down to two things. First, write bloody good erotica, and the second is sponsorship. So I've always got my eye on the prize, and I'm always trying to think, how can I fund my dream? Because it is very difficult to get published. Fortunately for me, I set up my own publishing company, DeMenthe Publications, which me and my husband run in our spare bedroom, and that's going really well. But actually, I have thought about placing quite a lot of references to various different businesses in the hope of securing lucrative sponsorship deal, and I'm really delighted to say, because I've been in some correspondence with a few different companies over the last few months, and I'm delighted to say that we actually have somebody who's come from Beverly Mobility Aid's showroom. It's Linda Blissett, and I think she's just sat at the back. Give us a wave, Linda. She's a little bit shy. That's okay, Linda. We can certainly have a chat over a drink about contracts later. But for now, I'm going to read an excerpt of Sticky Digits. Oh, sorry, Evolvolution. I think I need a chair, first of all. So could I have a chair? That's great, thank you. And I'm also going to just move this back a little bit. And I'm hoping you will still be able to hear me. Can you still hear me?
Yes, yeah.
Good. Evolvolution by Pamela DeMenthe. Chapter 1. Ooh, ah, ah, ooh, ooh, ah, ah, ooh, ooh, ah. Chapter 2. Sandra, I'm sorry about this, everybody. I'm just going to stop there for a moment, because you know when you have this idea of how it's going to sound in your head, and then it just didn't quite work. For me, chapter 1 needs to have a lot more richness in its sound quality. So I wondered, would you help me make the sounds? Just have a quick practice. So on the count of 3, if you could just make these, what I'm looking for is a kind of guttural grunting sound. I think you look up for it. So should we just try that on the count of 3? 1, 2, 3. It's very strong round here. You need to raise your game. Let's just try that one more time. 1, 2, 3. That's great. Engage your core. We'll try that again. Evolvolution. Chapter 1. Chapter 2. Sandra woke with a jump. A film of summer sweat clung to her top lip, and a moisture lingered in her lower chasm. As the sound of primeval grunts drifted away from her consciousness and melted like a mini-milk on a muggy day. It was the fourth lusty dream that week. She supposed it was because her thesis, which was on the sexual behaviour of Neanderthals, was only 2 weeks away from submission. With the deadline looming, she was feeling the pressure, particularly as her latest feedback from her professor, the smouldering Dr. Gregg, was that her thesis lacked a certain authenticity. She was really going to need to work on that if she was going to realise her dream of becoming the youngest, sexiest paleontologist at HIP, the Hull Institute of Paleontology. She looked at the clock. It was 9:20 a.m. Shit! She was late for her tutorial with Dr. Gregg. Recently, he'd been giving her one-to-one sessions in his office. Although having these tutorials was great, she had been finding it quite difficult to concentrate on all of the tricky prehistoric science because of Dr. Gregg's potent sexuality. God, he literally oozed wisdom from every pore. So much so that she actually fantasized about taking tiny imaginary straws, placing them into the pores, and then sucking up his wisdom until it filled up her own nubile and spongy brain. But she knew this was impossible. Come on, Sandra, you haven't got time for these daydreams. And so she got up out of bed, she put on her plimsolls, shorts and jacket, and she ventured into Hull city centre. Once inside the university campus building, she walked down the long dark corridor until she reached Dr. Gregg's office. Standing outside the door, she could smell his musty aroma through the thick wood. It was a heady combination of Old Spice, rich tea biscuits, and damp. She turned and knocked on the door, bracing herself for the imminent sexual tension that she would be hit with. But as she did, the door flung open, and what she saw inside the room made her gasp. It was what appeared to be a mobility scooter, except there was a sign on the front of it which read, Dr. Gregg's time machine. Sandra put two and two together and worked out that Dr. Gregg had made a time machine out of a mobility scooter. And on second tape, she saw that it was his mobility scooter. Yes, she recognised the durable cover with rust-proof doors which were removable during warmer weather. Of course! She wondered why Dr. Gregg had been late for all their tutorials. Without the aid of his mobility scooter, it must have taken him double the time to get across town, particularly with that recent flare-up of gout. He stood proudly behind the mobility scooter, stroking it like a pussycat. What do you think? He said to Sandra. And she replied, yeah, I like it. Can I get in? He nodded in agreement, barely able to contain her excitement at both the time machine and Dr. Gregg. Sandra trundled over to the door of the contraption. Peering inside, the leathered contoured seat with detachable headrests looked inviting. She couldn't believe Gregg had purchased it for just $3,499 from the Beverly Mobility Aid show. Wow, they were really keeping East Yorkshire moving. She opened the door and slid herself inside. She turned the key in the ignition and the dashboard lit up like a Christmas tree, and there, clearly on the digital display, the numbers read 2017. She'd never sat in a time machine before, and it was really turning her on. The last few weeks of mounting sexual tension between them was now at boiling point. So Sandra leaned across with her hands on the whirring steering wheel and then exhaled her hot breath onto the plastic windscreen. And then, with her finger, she traced a drawing of a pair of tits into the compensation, sensing this would arouse Dr. Gregg. She was right. His face was quickly becoming all purple and Grace gaze with a Stalin-esque stare and said in her husky voice, "Why don't you join me in here?" And he nodded in agreement. Emboldened by the sexiness of the situation, he trundled towards her, and she reached out, grabbed his lapels, kicked away his walking stick, and sent him buckling on top of her. More than double his body weight, she easily flipped him over onto his back. Pinning him down, her bare knees made fart-like squeaks against the seats. "It's just the leather," she clarified, so as not to kill the mood. As she gyrated menacingly on top of him, he began weeping with sheer gratitude. She took her fingers, and then she wiped his tears with her hands, and then seductively suckled the saline liquid of her salty digits. His tears quickly turned to sobs, so moved was he by the tremendous sight in front of him. But no, with her sights set on victory, Sandra shimmied down his withered body, sandwiched herself between his thighs, ripped open his corduroy fly to reveal his truncheon of depravity. Although disappointing in size, it was most pleasing in colour. A pale puce that matched her jacket, and framed with a snowy white thatch of hair that reminded her of candy floss. But no, it was his testicles she was interested in. With a giant hand, she scooped one up, popped it in her mouth, and began sucking on it like a meaty gobstopper. Greg squealed with delight and thrashed his head violently from side to side like a wild pig. Sandra, with his testicles in her mouth, wanting to heat things up a bit, sensed that his lifeless bristle sceptre, which was now tentatively stirring with life, could use some support, so she blindly reached up, but instead accidentally grabbed the walnut gear knob, which operated the time machine, and shunted it into first gear. The time machine began to move. The numbers on the digital display quickly began descending, and Sandra paused her mouth massage of his dumplings and cried, "Greg, it's a..." But it was too late. The time machine began to shake. The tremors caused by the machine sent Dr. Greg's pasty meat sack flaying in the air, slapping Sandra in the jaw. Before it stopped, and all was still. The number on the digital display, which had read 2017, now read 50,000 years BC. "What have we done?" cried Sandra as she tentatively peeled one of his testicles off her left cheek. She reached out and opened the door of the time machine, and there, outside, she was instantly hit by the cold, damp air. She couldn't see a thing. Luckily, she had a box of matches in her jacket pocket. She pulled one out and lit one. And there she saw that they were inside a cave. Luckily for Sandra, her last modules had been on caves, so that would come in handy. "You wait in here, Dr. Greg. I'll go and explore," knowing that the uneven floor would be problematic for him. She closed the door just to keep him warm. She followed the flame. There, on the floor, she saw a pile of sticks arranged into a heap. The remnants of a fire, perhaps? And there, on the floor next to it, she saw some brown matter. Excrement, she thought. She crouched down to investigate. She picked some up, put it in her mouth and tasted it. It's human excrement, she confirmed. And then she recalled her prehistoric knowledge. 7 years ago, what had been caves underneath the university campus had been discovered Neanderthal remains. Yes, that's right. Neanderthals live in this cave. That's why she'd been drawn to Hull in the first place. That's had its recent capital culture status. The match burnt out, plunging her into a new, fresh darkness. And suddenly, she heard in the distance some loud, guttural, grunting noises. She heard in the distance some loud She blindly followed through the cave, feeling against the wall as the loud noise got louder and louder. And there, she lit another match. And what she saw made her gasp and stagger back. She saw a large, hairy, ape-like man, an ape-like woman, he on all fours, and him mounting her from behind. Yes! inspiration hit her, finally my thesis is going to get the authenticity it needed. And there you have it. So that is the first 2 chapters of Evolution. There are only 600 chapters to go, and I will be selling copies. I mean, this is the only copy that we've printed so far, so it's more of a pre-order situation. So I will be taking cash advances. It's an absolute bargain. It's retailing at just $39.99 per copy. So if you want to put a down payment, so a deposit of £30 down this evening in cash, I should be able to get that with you in 5 months' time. I'll just fire up the printing press. Thank you very much. You've been wonderful.